Do you ever notice how loud the food noise gets around Christmas? Like it's everywhere. There's cookies in the break room at work, pies on every counter at every house you go to, people talking about food like it's the main event. And meanwhile, you're just trying to stay sane. You're trying to eat for fuel and not for feelings. But the nostalgia, the smells, the memories, they really hit different in December, don't they? And for those of us who have struggled with food addiction or emotional eating, it can feel like the whole season is a test that you didn't sign up for. But this year, I'm doing it differently. I've learned how to quiet that food noise, even when it's blasting like Christmas music in a department store. So let's talk about how. First off, if you've ever felt like you think about food all day during the holidays, you are not crazy, and there is nothing wrong with you. It's the environment. The holidays are literally designed to make you nostalgic for food. Every commercial, every tradition, every bake with me TikTok, it's all about eating. And for people with food issues, that noise isn't just mental, it's emotional too. Because food used to be comfort. It also probably was a part of your family tradition. It was the one thing that didn't let you down when everything else did. So, when Christmas rolls around and everyone is celebrating with sugar and cheese, it's normal for your brain to start craving the old coping mechanisms. But here's the thing. Recognizing that it's just noise is the first step to quieting it. For years, I thought I was craving the cookies. Turns out, I was really craving connection. That nostalgia, that longing for your grandma's pie or your mom's casserole, it's not just about the food. It's about the feeling attached to it too. When I was little, the kitchen was where love happened. So of course, now my brain associates sugar and oil and salt with safety. But once I started healing, I realized that I could keep the memory and let go of that behavior. You can honor where those foods came from without letting them control you. So now, when I feel that nostalgic craving creeping in, I pause and I ask myself, what am I really hungry for right now? Because 9 times out of 10, it's not even food. It's going to be something like peace, or it's connection, or it's just a sense of belonging. And can we talk about stress for a second? Because the food noise doesn't just get louder from nostalgia. It also gets louder from pressure. You have lists and crowds and family dynamics. The guilt of trying to make everyone happy. And the louder life gets, the louder food starts whispering, hey, I can fix this. But here's what I've learned. Food does not fix stress. It totally amplifies it. When I eat to cope, the stress does not go away. It just changes form. It then becomes guilt and bloating and shame and exhaustion. And then my brain says, you see, you messed up again. So this year, I've made a rule. When I feel the pull to eat, I'm going to slow down and I'm not going to give in. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to go outside and go for a short walk and maybe stretch a little. Because food noise fades fastest when I reconnect to and ground myself. So I have realized that the quieter my mind is, the quieter the cravings will get. So here's what's helping me stay grounded. Right now, especially through the chaos of December. So these are the things that pull me back when those cookies start calling my name. I shut down the kitchen after dinner. No exceptions. The kitchen closes. The lights go off and it's no longer open for negotiation. That boundary tells my brain we are done and you are safe. I cut off tech 90 minutes before bed because scrolling at night, especially during the holidays, is just inviting more comparison, more pressure, and more mental noise. I turn down the lights, literally and figuratively. I make it calm. I might play soft music. I do some breath work and read. And that's how I tell my nervous system that it's okay to rest. When your life gets calmer, food somehow loses its power. Let's be real. Staying salt, oil, and refined sugar free during Christmas is not easy. The smells alone can knock you off track. You walk into someone's house and it's like, it smells of butter and cookies and cinnamon rolls in here. So instead of trying to fight every single craving head on, I focus on crowding out the noise. Here is what that looks like. I make food that looks and feels special. So beautiful salads, roasted veggies, festive smoothies. If it feels like celebration, then my brain stops feeling deprived. I eat nutrient-dense first. Nostalgia comes later. I fill up on all the good stuff so my body isn't screaming for dopamine. And I remind myself that taste buds change and so does my peace. The more I stay SOS-free, the quieter those cravings get. It's not about willpower, it's about the rewiring. And the longer that you stay consistent, the less noise there is to fight. One of the biggest breakthroughs that I've had this year is realizing that I can write a new story for the holidays. For so long, my story was Christmas equals overeating. Christmas equals regret. Christmas equals starting over January 1st. But it doesn't have to anymore. What if Christmas is just another day to show up for yourself, to practice love and patience and gratitude without self-destruction? Now, my holiday story looks a little like this. Christmas is peace. Christmas is reflection. And Christmas is joy. And I do not have to eat to feel all of these things. And every year, that story gets a little stronger. So here's the truth not many people talk about. The food noise may never disappear completely, but it will get quieter the more you listen to yourself instead of it. There will still be moments where it gets super loud and intense, where you walk into a room and it smells of fresh baked cookies and your brain says, remember how that used to make you feel? And in that moment, you have a choice. You can chase the temporary comfort, or you can choose the permanent peace. You can pause and breathe and remind yourself that no food will ever love you like peace does. So when the noise starts to rise, here's what I do. I get still. I walk away from the kitchen. I put my mind on something totally different. It might be journaling for 5 minutes. And believe me, sometimes I cry. Because sometimes the craving is really just grief. Grief for that old version of me who used to cope with food for everything. And that's okay. You don't have to fight the noise. You just have to sit quietly until it passes. Because it always does. And when it does, you will feel much stronger for having done so. So yeah, the food noise gets louder at Christmas. But now I see that as my cue. It's the reminder to slow down, to stay present, to nourish myself, not numb myself. Because every time that I choose peace over panic, I build trust with myself again. And that is what real recovery looks like. It's not silence. It's learning to stay calm even when it's loud. So, if you're watching this and feeling that pull, that food noise buzzing in your head, you're not alone. You're just human and you're just trying to heal yourself. And you are doing better at it than you think. So, if you want a little extra support through the holidays, I would love for you to join our little community. This is where we're doing December differently. We are doing all the months differently, actually. No restriction, no guilt, just freedom, some structure, and peace. Because this season isn't about what's on your plate, it's what's about in your heart. And that's the kind of quietness that is quietness a word? That's the kind of quiet that lasts. So, until our next conversation, stay kind to yourself, eat like you love yourself, and keep going. You are doing better than you think. Bye for now.